Hello and welcome to Just Hoops. In today's video, we have our Player of the Week, Jared Vanderbilt of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Jared Vanderbilt is one of the most impactful players in the NBA and is a major part of the recent successes of the Minnesota Timberwolves. So in this video, we're going to dive into their 4-0 week and bring up some things they did at a really high level that brought them wins. So first, let's talk about his offensive impact. So on the offensive end of the floor, he's smart. He does his job at an incredibly high level, which means playing in the cracks, trying to find open, playing off of guys such as Cat, D'Lo, Anthony Edwards, playing off of these guys at a high level and allowing them to work with space, and then him just finding open areas, not turning the ball over, finishing at the rim, whether that means in transition or in the half court. He does all these things at a really high level. He's very efficient with the ball in his hands. He's averaging a point per possession. He doesn't seek out his own shot to create, but he's able to drive closeouts, able to cut, flash, catch the ball with two hands, make smart decisions. He doesn't turn it over much at all. Overall, his offensive impact comes by being just a very high-level role player and being one of the best at doing his job on a team that has star-caliber talent. Now, let's take a look at what, in my opinion, makes him so successful and such a high-impact player on the defensive end of the floor. So, as a defender, he's highly active. He can guard 1 through 5. He's very switchable. He's a rangy athlete with really good length. He's able to move laterally, keep guys in front, while also being able to guard on the inside, be physical, be aggressive. Along with that, he's averaging a block a game and 2 steals per game this past week. That's incredible. It shows how he brings impact regardless of what he's doing, who he's guarding. It doesn't change on the matchup. He just does his job. Like we said, offensively, he's a really good role player that just is efficient and calculated and just knows what he's supposed to do out there. And that same thing happens on defense. But he brings a different level of effort to this end of the floor. He's able to take matchups head on, fly around, trap, have active hands, have active feet, block shots, hustle back into plays from the backcourt. He just does all these little things that adds up to winning plays and is a major part of the successes of the Minnesota Timberwolves. So as this season continues to progress, I just expect Jared Vanderbilt to get more comfortable in this role, taking on first option wings and forwards, regardless of what their skill set is or what they try to do. So he could have Paul George one night, he could have LeBron James, he could have the next night match up with Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, Steph Curry. He's going to go out there in a tough Western Conference and have to guard some of the best players in the NBA on a nightly basis, and he takes this challenge head on. He's not afraid, he's tough, he's physical, he's aggressive, he's a great athlete, able to guard 1 through 5, affect shots at the rim with his length and athleticism. He's able to be in the gaps, be aggressive, force turnovers, deflect passes. All of this adds up to winning basketball and is a major part of his success and the team's success. Lastly, it's time to talk about one of his greatest skills and assets when on the floor, his elite rebounding ability. So this past week, he averaged just over 10 rebounds per game, along with a 16 rebound outing versus the Los Angeles Lakers. He impacts the game at such a high level as a rebounder. He flies around, he goes to the glass, he crashes at an incredible rate. His offensive rebound rate is just as good as his defensive. He gets in there, makes plays, he tips balls out, he grabs it with 2 hands. His pursuit of the ball is one of the best that I've seen in the NBA, and I just think he's so underrated at this that it goes without, nobody talks about it. He hustles on defense like we just talked about, but he finishes possessions at a really high level. He flies in, tips the ball to himself, he'll hustle for the loose ball, he pursues it with 2 hands, he grabs it, he's able to push the break too off of defensive rebounds, which helps him impact the offense and get the offense down the floor on a fast-paced team like Minnesota has. As an offensive rebounder, he crashes with that same enthusiasm, that same fire and passion. He goes in there, grabs it with 1 or 2 hands, tips it out to himself, gives himself an opportunity to get 2 hands on the ball and make a smart decision with it. He just is such a high-level rebounder at his position with his size. He's very undersized as a 4-man, but he goes out there on a nightly basis and just makes plays. He's not afraid of contact. He's not afraid to get bumped around. He's not afraid to block out and initiate the contact. He's also really great at just putting himself in position to make these plays by crashing at the rate that he does, along with just being a high energy, high impact guy on this end of the floor. His offensive rebound ability goes without saying that he played a major role in their wins this week, and it will play a major role in wins to come. So to wrap up this video, I just want to summarize what we talked about. So overall, Jared Vanderbilt is one of the best role players in the NBA, and that goes without saying. He goes out there on a nightly basis, knows his job, and attacks it at a high level. Along with that, he's a great defender. He's able to guard 1 through 5, switch, be active, block shots, force turnovers, deflect passes. He does it all at a really consistent basis, along with just impacting the game at that end of the floor. And lastly, he's one of the most elite rebounders in the NBA, crashing at a high level, pursuing the ball at a great rate. He just does it all at such an awesome and just fun time to watch him play and do work on the glass that I think it needs some notoriety throughout the league. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, learned something about Jared Vanderbilt, and what he does at high levels that makes him such an impactful, winning player in the NBA. So for more content, please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.